I have a friend who's a bit of a collector of folders.
Alan!
His collection of folding knives is far beyond mine or anyone else I personally know. When I saw that he had the knife that I'm about to show you, I knew I had to borrow it for a review. Today, we're going to talk about the Benchmade Bugout, a lightweight EDC that has been gaining popularity since its release. I'm Mac, you're watching Mac's Outdoor. Let's check it out. The Bugout weighs in at a light 1.85 ounces. It's about 4 1/4 inches long when folded, with a blade length near 3 1/4 inches. Its full length is close to 7 1/2 inches long, and of course it sports the Benchmade Axis lock system. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this system, but more about that later. The Bugout has a reversible clip on it for lefties and stores the blade tip up in your pocket. The blade itself is 0.9 inches thick and is made of S30V premium stainless steel, and it is a nice blade. As far as the feel in the hand, I have to say it feels a bit thin. I think that's due to the lack of much metal at all in the handle. Benchmade was going for what I presume is a really light knife, and they've done that pretty well. But the handle seems sort of flimsy. Benchmade calls the material Grivery, and I'm sure they've done their homework on durability. That being said though, it just seems a bit underwhelming. The portion of the handle that houses the hinge is reinforced with stainless steel, so the mechanical movement of the knife is still reliable. The adjustment screw that makes up the hinge and provides the tension and friction for the blade allows a bit too much play in the blade than I like when it's adjusted for my preference. Additionally, at that tension level, the blade rattles in the handle quite a bit when closed. I know I could add a bit of tension to the hinge and dial out the play, but then the knife doesn't open as freely as I would like. Another issue I noticed when I first got it was the fact that the axis lock didn't seem to work properly. I had opened the blade and was checking it out for play in the hinge, and the blade folded without me touching the lock at all. I was shocked. I was also able to make the blade release in the same way by tapping the back of it against anything. My buddy was going to send it back to have it looked at. However, in the weeks that I've been using it, the lock seems to have broken in and I can no longer make the blade release without articulating the lock. So that could be something to be aware of. If you're planning to check to see if your axis lock will do the same, take precautions to avoid cutting yourself. The axis lock also makes one-handed operation a little awkward. Opening the blade is the same as most other knives of this type, but closing it requires two hands unless you can master the timing of moving the lock with your thumb and forefinger while simultaneously flipping the knife to make the blade fold. With practice, you can get good at it over time. The blade itself is very nice and comes very sharp out of the box. I'm just now thinking I'll resharpen it, and I've been using it day in and day out for the last month. It has a beautiful satin finish that looks great and is easy to clean. The grind is clean, is free of flaws, and is symmetrical. If there's anything I hate about more affordable knives, it's a blade that has differing grinds from one side to the other. On the Benchmade site at the time of the making of this video, the Bugout is listed at $180. My friend picked this one up on sale from Benchmade for about $40 off. Even with the discount though, I feel that price is a bit steep for such a stripped down knife. However, if you're seeking a good, lightweight folder, this may be the knife for you. It comes in a bunch of colors, and it's a Benchmade after all. If you have any trouble with it, they'll fix it. Thank you for stopping by Mac's Outdoor, and I'll see you next time.